Liam had faced down hostile boarding parties, navigated asteroid fields with failing thrusters, and once talked his way out of a Krellian debt collection. But nothing in his decade of spacefaring had prepared him for this moment. "Why do you keep staring at my chest, human?" The Zathreen ambassador, Melissa, the name she'd chosen for easier human pronunciation, stood before him in the observation deck of the diplomatic station. Her crystalline skin refracted the starlight into prismatic patterns, and her forearms were crossed in what he'd learned was a gesture of curious confusion rather than offense. Liam felt his face burn. I wasn't. He stopped, realizing that lying to a species capable of reading thermal signatures was pointless. His elevated body temperature had already betrayed his embarrassment. "You have been," Melissa continued, her voice carrying that melodic quality that made every statement sound like a song. "For the past 3 cycles during every negotiation session, your eyes fixate on this region." She gestured to the center of her torso with one of her lower hands. Liam took a deep breath. Humanity's first major trade agreement with the Zathreen Collective hung in the balance, and he was about to either ruin everything or... He wasn't sure what the alternative was. "There's something on your chest," he finally said. "It's been bothering me because I think it might be important, but I didn't want to offend you by mentioning it." Melissa's head tilted, a gesture he'd come to recognize as surprise. Her large opalescent eyes seemed to search his face for deception. "Something on my chest? What do you mean?" "That symbol," Liam said, pointing carefully without getting too close. "The one that keeps changing. I've been trying to understand if it's part of your communication I'm missing, or if it's medical, or..." For a long moment, Melissa was silent. Then, a sound emerged from her that Liam had never heard before, a cascading series of tones that ranged from deep bass to almost ultrasonic frequencies. It took him several seconds to realize she was laughing. "You can see it?" she asked, her voice colored with amazement. "Humans can perceive the heart mark?" "The... heart mark?" Melissa's 4 hands moved in an elaborate gesture that Liam's cultural database had flagged as extreme significance. "Among my people, the heart mark is sacred. It appears on our chest when we experience deep emotional truth, joy, sorrow, fear, love. It is our soul made visible, but only to those who share a genuine connection with us." Liam felt something shift in his understanding. "But I've been seeing it the whole time. Since our first meeting." "Exactly," Melissa said softly. She moved closer, and Liam noticed that the symbol on her chest, which had been a swirling pattern of blues and greens, was now pulsing with warm golden light. "Do you know what this has meant for me? For these 3 cycles, I have been showing you my innermost self, and you saw it. Most species cannot. Most Zathreen cannot even see each other's heart marks unless they are family or bonded companions." The weight of this revelation settled over Liam like a physical thing. He thought back to all the negotiations, all the careful diplomatic dancing, and through it all, he'd been inadvertently witnessing something profound. "What does it mean?" he asked. "The heart mark. What has it been showing?" Melissa was quiet for a moment, her luminescent eyes never leaving his face. "At first it showed caution, blues and grays. You humans were unknown, potentially dangerous. But then, as we spoke, as I learned about your species' journey to the stars, your resilience, your impossible hope." The golden light intensified. It showed admiration, respect, and then something more. "More?" Liam's voice was barely a whisper. "Your species baffles us," Melissa continued. "You come from a death world, a planet that tried to kill you with every weather pattern, every predator, every disease. You had no natural armor, no venom, no great strength. By all logic, you should have perished in your cradle, but you didn't. You took your weakness and made it strength. You built tools, communities, civilizations. You looked at the stars and decided they were yours to reach." She stepped closer still, and Liam could see the intricate details of the heart mark now. It was like looking at a living galaxy, stars being born and dying in the space of heartbeats. "When I read your histories, learned of your wars and your peace, your failures and your triumphs, I felt something my people rarely experience. We Zathreen were given so much by evolution. Long life, natural technology grown from our own bodies, a peaceful culture. But you earned everything through sheer stubborn will to survive and thrive." "I don't understand," Liam said. "What does your heart mark show now?" Melissa's 4 hands moved in that gesture of deep significance again. "It shows why the Council sent me to negotiate with humanity, why they believed I could bridge our civilizations. She paused, and the golden light seemed to pulse in rhythm with something Liam realized must be her heartbeat. It shows kinship, recognition, the knowledge that humanity, for all your chaos and contradiction, might be exactly what the galaxy needs. Liam found himself without words, a rare occurrence for a diplomat. Finally, he managed, "And I've been staring at this incredibly personal thing the whole time like an idiot." That cascading laugh again. "No, Liam. You've been doing what humans do best, paying attention to what others miss, seeing truth where others see only surface." She extended one of her upper hands toward him, palm up. A Zathrene gesture he'd learned meant offering trust. "Your people wonder if they belong among the galactic civilizations. If they're ready. Let me tell you what my heartmark has told me. Humanity doesn't just belong. The rest of us have been incomplete without you." Liam took her hand, surprised by its warmth, by the faint pulse of energy that seemed to flow between them. The heartmark blazed brilliant gold, and within it he could swear he saw reflected not just starlight, but Earth's sun, and all the impossible journey humanity had taken to reach this moment. "So," he said, managing a smile, "about that trade agreement?" Melissa's eyes sparkled with amusement. "Oh, the Council has already approved it. They did 3 cycles ago. I was just told to stay and learn more about your species." The heartmark shifted, showing new patterns. "I confess the mission became personally important." As they stood in the observation deck, Earth visible through the viewport and the Zathrene fleet holding formation beyond, Liam realized something profound. Humanity's greatest strength had never been their technology or their tenacity. It was their ability to connect, to see the heart of things even when those hearts were literally alien. "Thank you," he said, "for showing me." "Thank you," Melissa replied, "for being able to see." And on her chest, the heartmark shone like a promise that in this vast, strange universe, understanding was always possible, even between beings from different worlds, especially between them.